Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to make the Mad Vulpin's SU-35S model into an SU-37 like this. As you can see, we got the canards, same mechanics almost as the SU-35, almost the same, but except you have the winglets on the ends that can go along with the bottom flaps as well. Sorry about that. Allowing for some more maneuverable energy. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to add them. Now it is kind of easy to mess up on the winglets here, so remember to follow along, guys. So let's go to the slot, remove this little panel right here. Then we're gonna save this in this slot right here, SU-37. Now we're gonna save that real quick to make sure that we don't lose track only, though. That's the only reason why I pause it. You're gonna leave one, maybe two spaces. So now if we scroll down here, you'll notice that we're going to take off this little part of the wing. So now if we add a motor to, it should be facing this way, just like how it kind of is in here. See, it faces that way. And also beside the motors, you're going to add two control panels that are 1 by 1. Like here and here. So save that. Once you have everything mixed in, you're going to want to just follow what I do here. Basically what I do is I grab the panels, obviously. So right here, we're gonna drag it a little bit to the right. Damn it, why can't I get the thing? Bruh. We're gonna drag it to the right. So once we add that little piece right there, we can add that little part back here. This is what I do. I basically use winglets like the delta wing in here, but if you don't want to do it, that's fine. So go ahead and save that slot for a minute and look closely at the pattern here. You're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 4 little winglets, and then you're gonna follow them up with panels. So just bear with me for the moment and let's do this. So basically here, add a panel right here. You're gonna add those 2 panels and then those. So you should have, I mean, it is a noose if you don't want to add them. But if you do, then you can. But this is how I do it. So yeah, it's going to be 3 of those little tiny winglets. So 1, 2, then 3. Then you're going to wanna grab this and just kind of like pull it back here so that it kind of makes that little wing design. Now to make sure it's working, put the motor settings for at least 30 torque and max torque, and then put about 35 degrees, I would say. And then I use these controls, T and Z. It should be something like this. So if we engage that, see, it doesn't work. That's because you sometimes have to trap it inside the the motor. If you can't control it, then you're gonna have to look back on what you did wrong. Basically, all you want to do is just make that little tiny notch gap. So right here we got the control surface. We'll go ahead and paint that for you. And then here we have a wing panel. Okay, so you're going to wanna, this is a winglet all right here. This is a winglet. So to make sure that it's not all connected, you're gonna want to, well, let's take this into account for it. If you take that into context, see how it kind of almost doesn't really look the same? That's because you probably did it kind of wrong. Originally, you are supposed to put the wing here. Sometimes it can really glitch out though. See? You got it. You could even put max angle 25 right here, and you could probably increase the speed to 2 and tolerance about 5. So here's how it is in context. And then also, yeah, you do have to add the other one, but don't worry, it's going to be easy. Probably because you already know the steps. So now, if you take it into context like that, then you'll be able to fly it. You did it. So now, if we put that part back, here's how it is. And although the transformation is pretty easy, you can maybe add a camouflage pattern, kind of like what I did with here. I basically added the actual sandy pattern as the Russians gave it to it, but remember, this was just used as a test plane. So once you add that to both sides, there you go. You transformed an SU-35 into an SU-37. You can call for some really good tricks. And these winglets actually help you turn a little bit more wide than turning sharp like these. So you want to calmly turn more, then you can use winglets. If you don't, or if you barely do, then you might want to use the control surfaces. They come onto the wings, but they barely can do anything. But that's a tutorial. If you really just wanted to do that, then you can maybe have a pattern here and then just reduce the amount of weight onto the wings and then make winglets over your front.